Well, welcome. My name is David Moses, and over the next 10 to 15 minutes, we're going to talk about mastering the art of the invitation, how to effectively invite your business candidate to look at the Zija opportunity, to become a customer, to become part of your team, and how to invite people so that they take a look at your business every single time you make that invitation. One of the questions I had as I was learning the industry of network distribution and mastering the art of the invitation was that I seem to have talked to a lot of people, but I wasn't able to get people interested, or I couldn't bring them close enough to be willing to take a look, to be willing to listen to a CD or watch a DVD or join us on a national conference call or possibly a webcast. For some reason, whatever it is that I was saying in the process of inviting them, in fact, created more questions than I had the answers to. You know, when you're brand new in the business, obviously, we have very few answers. We may have a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of belief. We see an opportunity, we see a possibility, but we really don't have the depth of training and experience to effectively answer questions that a new business candidate or a prospect might have, a potential customer or someone that's going to work with you. Well, what I want to do is to create a process whereas I give enough information through the invitation such that every single person that I have as a potential business candidate will be at the very least, be willing to come take a close look, get all the information such that they can make an informed decision as to whether they're going to become part of the team. So we took a little bit of time here to create some various scripts or invitations that we use. These are invitations that I use that are extremely powerful. They work every single time. You can almost guarantee powerful results. Now, one of the things before we get into these invitations is I want you to know what all of the tools are that we have that you can use after you've made the invitation. So as an example, if I'm talking to one of my top business candidates, I want to make sure that when my candidate says, you know what, David, I like what I'm hearing. If you got some information that I can review on the way home from work, or I can review when I get home this evening, etc. And so you must know what some of the tools are. Of course, we have CDs, we have DVDs, we have the website presentations, a possible email, the webcast, and of course, brochures and the product itself. One of the greatest exposures is to share the product with others. Invite people to try the product and then share that with another person. And so that's one of the things that we want to master. We want to master, ladies and gentlemen, the art of the invitation. As you start introducing people and putting people into the process of going through the exposures such that they can make a decision to join your business, it is amazing how fast your business will duplicate. You will watch people join your business and effectively introduce others. Why? Because the way in which you introduce a new business candidate is the way in which you're going to be training another person to do the same. So when I introduce someone in a duplicatable manner, when I introduce someone in a way in which they can see themselves inviting another person, guess what? Not only are they going to have belief that they can do this business, but they're going to start to duplicate. My business and your business is going to start to grow. Of course, the sales volume will go up, and we will start to create the prosperity that we join this business to create. So let's talk a little bit about some of the scripts that I use on a day-to-day basis when inviting people. Now, I also want to let you know that one of the most powerful tools that we have, one of the greatest tools that we have to invite people to get the information they require to make a decision to become part of the team is the CD. Why the CD over all other tools? Why the CD over a DVD or over an internet presentation or a conference call? Here's why. Most people spend a great deal of time in their car. Most people are going to the store or going to work or on the highway or sitting in traffic every single day. And in fact, most of the world is in their car at some point during the day. What a perfect place to have a captive audience while sitting on the freeway listening to a CD explaining possibilities that would provide for freedom from sitting in traffic, freedom from going to a job every single day and going through that process. And it might even be when a person is most open-minded, when they're thinking about, I wish I had another vehicle to create financial stability and or success for me and my family. And so the CD is a very powerful tool. It's also a powerful tool, ladies and gentlemen, because we can pass out the CD en masse. We can pass out hundreds of CDs to get the information out to a lot of business candidates while we are at work. So I'm at work doing my day-to-day business or job, and while I'm at work, 5 of my friends or 10 of my friends or 50 of my friends are listening to the CD that I passed them out over the last day or two, and then I give them a call when I get home from work and I've got a qualified business candidate who now has some questions that I can get answered via the internet or a 3-way phone call. So let's talk about an example of a script. So I'm going to go and talk to my friend John, and I might say something like this. Hey, John, it's Dave. Listen, I'm putting together a group of some of the brightest people I know to help me launch a new business initiative. Your skills are absolutely perfect. Now, it's important to me and to you that you review this CD on your way home from work this evening, and I'd love to talk with you after. How about 8 o'clock tonight? Is that okay? Great. And so I make the call at 8 o'clock. Of course, my friend has listened to the CD. It could be a business colleague that I gave the CD to at work. I might even give them a sample of my product. Let's try script number 2. John, the information contained on this CD is the most important I've ever heard. And in fact, it's critical to me and to you that you review it today, then let's talk. Would it be okay for me to call you this evening? So it could be, again, as simple as that. Let's take a look at script number 3. How about this? Mary, I know that you've been considered amongst the best at what you do. This leads me to believe that you could add tremendous value to a new venture that I'm involved in. I'd love to hear your comments after you review this CD. I'll give you a call at 7 o'clock this evening, or if you wish, 8 o'clock. I'll be home between those times. Would that work for you? Great. Let's try another one. John, I know you've been long considered amongst the best in your field, as I have. I have to admit, though, I'm getting a bit tired of the grind. I've determined that I will diversify my income, and I have found a great project. My guess is you'll be more than intrigued with the info contained on this CD. Do me a favor, listen to it as you drive home today. I'd love to give you a call tomorrow. Would that be all right? Great. How about this one? Mary, have you picked up your mail today? In your mailbox, under my return address, is the most important mail you've received in 5 years. Do me a favor, please listen to the CD that's in the mailbox now, and I'm going to give you a call a little bit later this evening. What would be a good time to call? Here's another invitation. Joe, hey, I've teamed up with a new company that is opening up in North America and globally. I'm looking for others who may want to team up with me as well. I've always respected you. Joe, I wouldn't waste your time. Here is a CD explaining it all. Do me a favor, have a listen to it. It's easy. Just pop it into your CD player, possibly while you're driving this evening. Give it a listen, and I'll call you to see what your opinion is. How does 8 o'clock this evening sound to you? Does that work for you? Great. Thanks, Joe. So the whole idea, ladies and gentlemen, is to use a very light invitation to get someone to take a look. I never try to explain the entire product and business in a phone call. You see, as soon as I start to explain product or business on a phone call, what I am in fact teaching the person on the other end of the phone is that they're